So I have an email, and we just took the cybersecurity thing. You're not supposed to open everything, which I don't. I just forward it to IT and say, is this legitimate? So here's my question for you. When somebody sends you an email and then they say in all caps, this is a friendly reminder, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, and it's highlighted in all yellow saying, complete this survey. Is that a friendly reminder?
No, that's not friendly at all.
I'm like,
No, I'm not. I'm still not going to complete the survey.
well, you know what? You do these surveys. Like I did a survey saying it's always too hot in this court, but they're like, see you next year for budget. Like, okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5691 and 2024 CR 008984, State versus Eric Lee Cooper Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Andrew Fair said.
defense,
Robert Porter for Mr. Cooper.
and are you Mr. Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you hear that? I just read an article where a child kept telling his parents that there were monsters in the wall, and it was a bee's nest. I don't know if you call it a bee's nest or not.
A hive.
A beehive, thank you. So it was a major beehive, and it was a 2-story house from attic all the way down behind the wall. So I hope that's not what's happening here. And the cause number ending in 91, you're charged with the unauthorized use of a vehicle. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication will revoke, the court could revoke you and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number in 84, you're charged with burglary of a habitation. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication and give you deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Do you understand? If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. He was so quiet.
Oh, okay. Now I got to the part. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in the cause number ending in 84. As you've applied for deferred adjudication, the court will defer finding of guilt. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
That is up to the court.
All right. State, does he have criminal history?
There's some juvenile history, but nothing as an adult.
All right. And so what is the juvenile criminal history? I do have a legal question concerning the unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Okay.
And we are filled with defense attorneys in here, so I'm sure all of the legal minds, we can go off the record, all of the legal minds can get together. So you have somebody who's, yes.
Apologize for interrupting.
Sure, no problem. Just one moment. Question. If somebody steals a vehicle, unauthorized use, and then somebody comes along and steal that vehicle from the person who stole it, and you know how they say it's who has the greater right to the vehicle? I'm just letting that sit there.
Well, it sat there with me for quite a while.
Because the person who first stole the vehicle doesn't have a greater right than the second thief.
Which is why we're not being charged with theft of the vehicle.
Yes.
It's an authorized use.
Unauthorized use from the person who stole it?
No, from the original.
But then the question becomes, just one moment.
We're trying to return it back to the lawful owner?
I don't know. See, I tell you, this reminds me of Law school. It brought me back to my law school days. All right, but in the police report, it says that he knew that it was stolen when he stole it from a person who had previously stolen it. All right, so we're back on the record. State he's applying for deferred adjudication. You are silent on his application, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you?
Before.
24? What are you planning on doing with your life other than foolishness?
Change it around,
I'm sorry, what?
trying to change it around. I heard somebody that came in here did 22 years. They
No,
kept
what?
mentioning it to me, so I was like, no, not trying to do this no more. Got 4 kids.
You have 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
5, 2, 2, and 3.
5, 2, 2, and 3. And are the 2-year-olds twins? Are they really?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how many mothers?
3.
3 mothers. So you're just being fruitful and multiplying with no care for your children.
I don't care about this.
No, because why are you doing an unauthorized use and a burglary of a habitation? In the burglary of habitation, these people were getting ready to go to Africa and you're in their home and you're not supposed to be. How far did you go? I'm sorry, guys. If y'all could just ask the deputy to move you down that way. How far did you go in school?
12th grade.
All right, you didn't graduate?
Didn't
Why,
graduate.
why not? And stop
kicked.
mumbling,
I
open,
got kicked out of school.
why?
Like,
Oh, I don't think they just kick you out and then didn't have a place for you to go. Didn't they have you go to alternative school?
they did.
All right, so why didn't you go?
I went to Estrada at that time,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I was able to go to the graduation or not. So,
Well, did you have all of your credits?
yes, ma'am.
And where are your parents?
My dad's over the road. My mom.
Your dad is what?
My dad's over the road. He drives trucks.
Okay.
And my mom, like, no, will my mom be there?
Well, I mean, have you had contact with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Child Protective Services ever involved in your life?
No, ma'am. I barely met my mom when I was 15.
So who raised you?
My dad,
All right, and what about your grandmother or grandparents?
my grandparents, they passed away. I didn't get to meet them.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I do.
How many?
Like 10.
10? And were you raised with them or no?
No,
Have you ever been employed?
yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
I worked on cars, worked at Tires to You, Jack in the Box.
He was working at Jack in the Box when he got arrested.
Okay. And I see you were in a car accident. That's why you have the staples. When did that happen?
3 years ago. That's when I lost one of my siblings.
Okay. And so when are they going to remove the staples?
They don't. I was supposed to, but going back that way, I had to get on the same highway that we had to wreck on.
All right. So you're telling me you're never going to get those staples removed?
Oh, well,
All right. I mean, they've been there for 3 years.
I had 8.
I hope you're not taking them out yourself. And that's a yes. You shouldn't be removing staples yourself. So this accident you had on the freeway, were you driving? Somebody else driving?
Somebody else's truck.
All right. And was there a civil suit to that or no?
That's right.
No, ma'am.
So have you ever received any therapy over that?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Last year,
Okay. Any drug issues with you?
no, ma'am.
And these people you were hanging out with, who are they to you?
I know around
I'm sorry, what?
some people I used to call friends.
All right, so here's the thing. You have children that you need to take care of. And if you continue the way you're continuing, you may not be around because people don't like people when they're in their homes and they're not supposed to be. And I note that in the burglary of the habitation, it's an apartment and doors appeared to be left open or something. So there wasn't a kicking in of doors. All right, state anything to add?
Stay silent, Your Honor.
No, I mean with regards to conditions or probation. All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, and cause number 5691. Court will sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes the parenting classes, 100 hours of community service will be waived. You're either going to obtain your GED or complete some sort of trade school. And probation, is there some kind of therapy for him that can be done?
Judge, I think there's a degree counseling.
All right, so we'll do grief counseling. All right, we can go off the record. In this court, in order to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And stop doing these type of things, because if you do, you could potentially end up either dead or going to prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.